This is Sybert signing in to 0 Hour
on the map, Fallen Farmlands, and we have on the top right position MaD as the Demolition General in green.
And in the bottom left-hand corner as the yellow USA Vanilla, this is Mojo.
The one and only. So USA versus GLA. I think this will be a call for lots of technicals, lots of Humvees, and possibly a drop. What do you think about a drop?
I always love seeing a drop, but I never have any idea how common it is. But I'm glad to see this map once again. I casted this map once 3 or 4 years ago, and I haven't seen it since. But I remember the game being very entertaining, and I think it involved one of the GLA factions. So I'm super excited to be back on this map, and I hope we get to see a drop. Although for the current moment, it doesn't look like we're getting a drop.
No, there's absolutely no drop. Usually they go for a dozer and like 1 or 2 rangers, and they drop the supply line. But this didn't happen. The GLA prepared for it with a terrorist. He's now loading the terrorist into the technical and going straight for that base of aka-mojo. Runs over the sandbags. He's not a friend of these sandbags. And there comes the technical.
First tech has been spotted out. Hellfire drone on this Humvee as well, so he's got bonus DPS to try and shut down these terror technicals.
Yep, they are all sent into the tunnel back again to save them and to heal them up. The tunnel network on the top left is going up for MaD, and also on the bottom right he is tunneling up, saving these supply lines and these supply sources, I mean. And yeah, there comes the tactical running into the Humvee, and the terrorists have been stopped.
Yeah, Mojo snipes the tech, gets the terrors, everything denied there. Right, actually, no, there's 1 terror left behind the trees. He's just hanging out there. Currently unnoticed, but I think he will get gunned down before he does anything.
I think he's identifying himself as a tree. Now he's being sniped there, and he's gone. Sad. But there comes another tactical.
Second. Oh, this is RPG. He's going to be able to snipe down one of the Humvees. Ammo comes in for the crush, and the demo explodes. The Humvee doesn't go down. No losses on the USA side.
Yeah, so far pretty good micro here by Mojo, making sure that his Humvees stay alive. There comes another technical from the top, from the left side, filled up with many surprises, going in for the supply line here of the USA. No, actually going for the war factory, drops off these terrorists, and they blow up the war factory, doing a bit more punch as the Demolition General, just needing 3 terrorists instead of 4.
Perfectly executed, though. On the other side of the map, Mojo moving in for his own counterattack. 3 Humvees, 2 of them loaded up with Hellfire drones as well. Lots of rockets inside, plus the ammo. Fake War Factory will be sniped immediately there. And now the Humvees have to decide if they want to stick around to try and do a bit more damage. Terrors did jump inside of the tunnel network. Another technical gonna get sniped as soon as it spawns in. It goes down, and a second War Factory going down. Mojo is doing massive damage on the other side of the map.
Absolutely, and this pins down Mojo to the ground pretty much. No, MaD, I'm sorry, I switched up the players. So MaD in a bit of trouble there. He still has the corners for his advantage with the supplies there to collect from, but he lost his main base, and that is pretty crucial in this state of the game. Also USA, you don't want to have the USA raging so much.
Well, a little bit of counterattack damage as a couple of RPGs managed to sneak into the back of Mojo's base, but you're right. MaD has lost his entire main base. His economy is in shambles. Fortunately, he spread out to the corners of the map, so his economy is actually fine. It's just, it got cut in half from what it was a minute ago. More damage being dealt by these Humvees as they close in on another supply stash here. This is tunnel networks, but nothing is popping out of the tunnel networks to save this location.
Doesn't have much. Also, we are at 5-minute mark. He should have a palace going, but he doesn't have a palace. He's now going for the oil directs. He's struggling with the unit production. Has 3 more technicals there on the bottom side. Let's see if this will help him there. Gets the ranger gunned down. preventing the oil derrick capture there and sends his own rebel to capture the oil.
Techs moving in, maybe a couple of terrors mixed in here. Laser lock locks on, but just for a moment as these techs unload the RPGs. A worker as well for a potential tunnel network in the back of the USA base. That's a dead dozer. That's no dozers left for Mojo. So if he doesn't have a CC somewhere out on the map hidden away, he is dead in the water in terms of build. No strategy center, no hope of the one clicks coming in later in this game. RPGs will be getting shut down. The technicals get eliminated. On the other side of the map, the Humvee is going to be sniping down the rebuilt supply stash, but the terrors find the war factory. This USA player is cut down. Only a barracks left.
Can he manage to keep the steam up as he has for the past 6 minutes? He has still 3 Humvees and an ambo, but like you mentioned before, he's out of dozers, he's out of a war factory, he is on 2 supplies and a barracks, he's overflowing with money and can only just spam. Man, what a game.
Well, yeah, this is going to be a lot of Chinooks and a lot of Rangers and missile defenders coming out from Mojo. That is all that he has. I guess he could potentially go up to Pathfinders as well. But on the north side, these Humvees are starting to rank up. They're 2 double vet and 1 single vet, knocking down these tunnel networks, eliminating the oil derrick as well if they want. And for now, the GLA can't cross the map.
Yeah. So all what the GLA needs to do is send technical in and detonate this barracks. This will cut out the production of aka-mojo. But it's easier said than done as there are snipers on the battlefield and they love to snipe terrorists.
The one thing that you can get with those generals points if you don't have a CC is the Pathfinders, and just as you predicted, MaD tried to go for a terrorist drop into the middle of the USA base and it didn't work. It got sniped out.
Yeah, and there are a lot of Pathfinders there protecting the barracks very well. There comes another tactical, tries his luck, gets shot, and all the terrorists die immediately due to the snipers.
On the north side, the Humvees continuing to wreak havoc in the GLA expansion. Of course, the power of GLA is in the worker, being able to spread around the map, the independence, the ability to rebuild anywhere with just a single worker. That is the strength of the GLA. But these Humvees have done a pretty good job of cutting down all of the buildings that they've found. The fake war factory in the corner ended up getting cleaned up, so now everything has to be rebuilt in the bottom right hand corner of the map.
What he has done pretty well in this game entirely was making sure that the GLA is not tagged up, as Rocket Buggy and the John Cal and the Battle Bus are the most feared enemy of the Humvees, and Mojo made sure that these tech units are not happening on this match. The Palace is again on 40%, it was on the top left corner and was denied, and now it's being rebuilt on the bottom right. So far we are 9 minutes in, and so far we have no rocket buggies, no jump kills, no black markets or anything.
The USA has got to keep the pressure up because the GLA, the longer this game goes on, the worse it gets for the USA. And of course, the GLA could potentially re-expand to his main base. There's 2 supplies there that could easily be taken back over by MaD if he gets the opportunity. Hero Supertech manages to escape back down the tunnel, but the Humvees are starting to turn their gaze towards the bottom right-hand corner of the map.
What is pretty crucial here about this combination of the Humvee and the ambo is they do not have a spy drone. So if you would just place one demo trap, one good placed demo trap here on the map, these Humvees would go down, and we can see that one Humvee is going down to the tunnel network, and that is just 4 Humvees remaining here on this battlefield. But yeah, a nicely placed demo trap, that would work wonders.
The spy drone is now in the mix. This demo trap is very close. He hasn't seen the demo trap yet, but he will snipe the worker and almost drives into the demo trap anyways. The palace finishes up moments ago, but will he actually have time to produce anything with it? The barracks is a little bit further away. One battle bus manages to escape from this war factory before the Humvees get in on the backside and will clobber it. He should have had enough time to get out a Jarman Kell. I haven't actually seen the Jarman Kell walk out, though, yet.
I also have not seen him yet, but I'm pretty sure he's in production.
If he's not in production, he should be very nearby. He's going to clear out the building. Humvees managing to shut down that supply, and the techs pop out for just a moment, and then they go back underground.
Yeah, there is more Chinook action here happening on the top. There's a Chinook flying around the map there. Not sure what he's searching for. Maybe he wants to capture the oil refinery. Yeah. No, he's just dropping a Pathfinder. All right.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, there's just Pathfinders dotted around the map to snipe workers, to snipe any infantry that are just moving randomly. These Pathfinders will find them. And as you mentioned a couple of minutes ago, Mojo can really only produce infantry and Chinooks, and he is not spending all of his cash. So his barracks production is constant. He has more than enough cash for barracks production.
And we just witnessed the Pathfinder being dropped so well down the right side. The workers tried to sneak to the top to build a supply stash, but the Pathfinder sniped him in the head. And so MaD is stuck in the bottom right there. He cannot move out. He needs to send a technical to the top to drop off a worker to actually expand.
Humvees in the middle of the map. They clean out that RPG trooper, and Mojo just continuing to dot the map with Pathfinders. If he ever gets a shot on Jarman Kell, he'll be able to clean him up quickly. Any workers will get cleaned up quickly. Any random RPG troopers also cleaned up quickly. And for the current moment, the GLA is actually kind of corralled in the bottom right, and then those 3 tunnel networks in the top left.
I'm really amazed by the gameplay here of Mojo with just that one barracks for the whole game, and he is dominating the whole map. It's just dots everywhere with that one barracks and a swarm of Chinooks. He doesn't even have a radar, so he's constantly clicking across the map, getting some intel.
Oh yeah. Yeah, with no CC, he doesn't ever have the vision, the minimap rather, and he just has to keep vigilant for the entirety of this game, which is another potential advantage there for the GLA, because GLA can actually get radar. I don't know if he actually has a radar van out, but he could have built one.
I don't think he even has a real arms dealer, to be honest. I think he has one fake arms dealer.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Humvees moving in. Barracks going to be sold off. Chinook managing to clear out that building. So at the very least, that building has been taken over now by the USA. Battle bus is out. Sniper shots coming out from the Pathfinders inside of the Humvees. For now, both players just kind of staring at each other. Battle bus, where is he actually going to engage? He's trying to stay on the edge of the battle bus there. He doesn't want to dive into those Humvees if he doesn't have to.
Yeah, that battle boss needs to be very, very careful. But if he gets the kill on the Humvees, it would be so good for MaD, as these Humvees are the only issue he has to face in this entire game, as these are the only Humvees being built.
Toxin Tractor goes down. Battle bus survives for now. Pathfinder is able to snipe the missile defenders out of this stinger site, but everything else is locked up tight for the current moment. These tunnel networks in the top left-hand corner, the only other potential escape for this GLA player, but it's so weird to see a GLA player corralled like this with only a couple of buildings instead of spread out across the map, just with a ton of, tunnel networks and stinger sites bunkering up as hard as they can. But in this case, they're just in one tiny corner corralled.
Yeah, I haven't seen an entire match like this, and I'm casting here like years, and you too, and I haven't seen a single replay like this where the whole map is dotted with Pathfinders from the USA, making sure that no worker can go across the map. And there comes the swarm of missile defenders there on the bottom.
I don't know
Will
if
they
we're watching
too?
0 Hour or if this is like a bunch of Zerglings getting ready to go across the map. This is not what you normally see, as you said. In years of casting 0 Hour, this doesn't happen very often, if at ever. Buggy's looking to get in on the action. Chinook's moving in as well. There is a demo trap there in the corner, so the Humvees have to watch out, but this is the all-out assault from the USA player as the battle bus firing its shots, trying to land as much as he can. There goes the demo trap, and there goes the workers as the tunnel network ejects out a couple of techs, and the Humvees survive. Every Humvee is still alive. The battle bus goes down, and for now, the missile defenders stand tall.
What a fight. Man, oh man, what a great fight here. The Jarmkel tried his best to snipe the missile defenders, but he was then killed by the rapid fire of the missile defenders laser lock. And there comes the last unit of the GNA, a super high-tech technical, but it also got destroyed. And there goes the last buildings of MaD, sending him into the grave. What a match.
He's got a couple of quads and a couple of buggies, but everything else has been eliminated. The buggy trying to jump inside. The palace has a number of RPG troopers inside of it. These Humvees need to get onto the north side of this war factory and snipe it down from over there, or he needs to bring in more missile defenders on the ground. There is a parade of missile defenders crossing. Buggy gets a volley off. These are 3 fully stacked heroic Vs, so they take a lot of punishment.
Now it's only the palace here on the map. MaD does he have a worker actually? I'm pretty sure he has a worker in the tunnel network, but he cannot get any more income. He is stuck with that one palace, maybe hoping for a draw.
I think he has 0 workers. I'm not seeing any on the overlay, so he might literally have 0 workers, which means he's done as well.
Yeah, so if the moment happens that he gets all units of Mojo killed, if that happens, then we have a draw situation, because MaD cannot kill Mojo with just what he has. Oh, there comes the last resort, the last attack here. And
Chinook's going to be taking a bit of damage. Laser lock comes in onto the quads. Missile defender is going to be targeting down the palace, and this will be the end of the GLA as one Humvee finally falls, but it's little consolation against the USA.
And what a match. GG, well played. Great and well done here by both players. I really like this match. And what a great show here also by the USA player with just 1 barracks and 2 supply centers, dotting the whole map. Yeah, it was more like a Zerg swarm, like you said, with a lot of Zerglings and Hydralisks running around the map, shooting down these overlords from the sky. Yeah, it was a great show. It was really great to see.
Absolutely hilarious match there between Mojo and MaD.
Yeah, and thank you very much, Sybert, for joining me in this dual replay cast.
And if you guys want some more 0 Hour action, make sure that you catch cnchd over on his channel. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and this is Sybert signing out.